future.
I'm doing my part.
Oh, man down, man down, man down. I got you. Oh, they're whooping my ass. They're whooping my ass. Run, run for your life.
Area is secure.
I got me.
Rearm before you proceed to your next objective.
How are we so far behind? It's not fair.
Attention, elevated arachnid threat levels have been detected.
You know, it's not every day in the gaming industry we get a movie tie-in game that's not ass, let alone a game tie-in from a movie series that was based in the 90s. You know, it's not every day we get that. It's not every day we get that, and it's actually decent. But hey, look at this. This is Starship Troopers Extermination, and it's actually pretty damn fun. The best way to describe it is a thing of Last of Us, but bugs, and instead of missions, it's objective-based gameplay. That is the best way I can describe this game, and it is mad fun, but it's very bare bones at the moment. Things such as class progression, they leave a lot to be desired at the moment, including some of the game modes, but it is early access, so basically, if I'm not using operator, I really don't care. I'm not having as much fun. The other classes, Hunter and Bastion, they're good and they play their part, but they're lacking a lot on certain aspects of the game. But it is yet again another early access game. They have just released their roadmap with a bunch of phases on it. Actually, I think it goes all the way to phase 5, so they got this thing pretty mapped out for the near future, and that's pretty good because, you know, phase 1 is what we're in right now. As you can see here, those two things, that's all we have at the moment. It's pretty bare bones besides class leveling and just a pure gameplay loop, which is fun. Like, the gameplay is fun as fuck. So you might be asking what those two game modes are. Okay, so attack and defend is pretty straightforward. You go from different points doing different objectives. And each time you play a game, the objectives are randomized, so you're not doing the same objectives every game. It does add a fresh take to every game you play for the most part. It tries to make it feel a little different, even though in the end it's still the same. One of the best parts of the game, hands down, is the way other players that do communicate is how they communicate. It's just straight out of the movie, it feels like. Everyone is just having a blast, screaming. Just check this out. We're far away.
We're gonna turn this scrapper shit into a base, boys!
Changing magazine.
Let's do it.
ETA 1 minute.
Get electrical up on that.
There ain't no time to piss around, boys. We got bugs in here coming.
Hold up. Let's see where the payload's coming.
Shit. I'm coming. We got you, bro. We got you. Hold the line, boys. They're coming through. They're through. Let's through.
Breach in the south tunnel.
Yeah, it's super cool how people are in this. Alright, moving on. We got mutators. Not sure what that is. Horde game mode. Super excited for. Player profile and stats. Much needed. Man HMG emplacements and new playable zone of Valaka map. Those are some exciting changes coming up, and I'm super excited to check out the Horde mode. Because right now, the game modes they have are fun, melee, advanced, and secure. But I think Horde mode will be my favorite once it comes out. Alright, let's move on to the next phase, guys. Alright, phase 3 is where we get class progression 2.0, which is probably going to be a big W for the game in general. Because, like I said, the class system's kind of eh. Abilities upgrade, hives, a reward system, and special weapon swapping. Now, I'm not sure if that means like the rocket launchers or something, or stuff you get out of the weapon cache in the game. You could go and fight for these areas and then claim weapon cache, and usually it's like a rocket launcher or something. Maybe that's what they're talking about. But either way, the class 2.0, I'm excited for that because the class system is really what... It's the biggest downer for this game for me. I really hate how the class system is. Alright, let's move it back around to phase 4, guys. Alright, phase 4, we got the player hub, emotes, clans, the new weapons, a boss bug, marauder support, and a new planet. I'm not sure what marauder support means, but other than that, yeah, everything else, yeah, that's pretty reasonable, pretty logical escalation in the gameplay.
Well done, Brimstone 1. Proceed on to your next next target after rearming.
I'm in that
Fire
Discord
out.
too. I'm in the Discord too. I followed through the map. I broke through the map, guys.
Warning, arachnid threat levels have increased.
There's no clipping here. That's funny.
You might want to like take a short.
I'm pretty excited to see how the emotes turn out. No, I'm just kidding. Every fucking game has emotes nowadays. Alright, let's take a deep dive into Off-World Industries' last phase of their Starship Troopers roadmap. And probably one of the most important ones. It seems to be the one to enter the game into the next phase of this early access. Alright, let's get into this. Galactic War Metamap. Player customization, new trooper class, global deck counter, and more gore. Galactic War Metamap. I wonder what that is. I actually have no clue what that means. It sounds like a massive game mode, maybe like PvP or something. I don't know. But that sounds kind of cool. And player customization, yeah, that's a pretty fair progression in a game like this. I mean, you kind of figure that's coming when they're adding emotes and shit to it. So yeah, that's the roadmap for Starship Troopers Extermination, developed by Off-World Industries. It's currently in early access. You can pick it up for like $25 on Steam. It is a fun $25, even with the bare bone aspects of the class system and some of the game modes. That's literally my only complaints with the game. Everything else, the actual gameplay loop, fun as hell. They just need to work on the classes and maybe tighten up the game modes a little bit to where it doesn't feel like you waste 40 minutes while your team hides in a corner and beats their meat, you know what I mean? It's just, it kills some of the fun of this game. But other than that, I love it. 10 out of 10 for an early access. I love it for an indie game. Had a blast. You know, not an actual 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but you know what I mean. It's a really fun game. That fun factor is huge for me. If you see my other videos, you'll know that fun is like top of my priority list. It could be the most basic looking game ever, but if I'm having the time of my life, I genuinely do not care. So yeah, that's Starship Troopers Extermination so far. It has a pretty good future ahead of it, as long as the developer plays their cards right. This game can turn into a cult classic, or even, you know, something mainstream. Because the gameplay, you know, just surviving like this, and base building, and the big open world map, it's a different concept. It really hasn't been done too much before. And it turns out pretty fun. They've done a great job with it. I'm just excited to see them flesh it out more. But anyways, that's enough about me going on about Starship Troopers. Flawless movie. God, I love that shit. And if this interests you, go pick it up on Steam. Support the developers. Get some rounds in. See if you like it. You know, yeah. I'm very bad at ending these things. But alright. Thanks for watching. If you like it, subscribe. Like the video. If you dislike it, that's fine too. Slap me on dislike. Let me know you hate it. But until next time, it's Dark Bloom. Have a good one.
Payload is loaded up and en route. Stay clear of the drop zone.
So, I didn't stay clear of the drop zone.